Hello everyone, this is a new tutorial about fixing holes. This tutorial will be divided into two parts. Episode 1 will deal with fixing holes placed manually, and in episode 2 we're going to have a closer look at fixing hole assistant. So let's start. I have already logged in, so I'm going to go to choose MEVACO Product Designer and set up my perimeters. I'm going to choose pretty standard one, so round hole staggered, hole diameter 10, hole pitch 15, and pattern with corner holes and material steel 1.5 millimeter without further treatment, so there will be no painting, no powder coated layer. So let's click on Add Position, click Next, and choose one of MEVACO templates for the purpose of this training. I'm gonna go for rectangle 1 with one perforated zone. Okay, keep the distances and dimensions as they are. This is perfectly fine. I click on Create, and here we are. We are in perforated zone section. I'm going to move to fixing holes section and turn the grid, and we are ready to go. So in the Tools menu, I have Place Fixing Holes Manually tool. I'm going to choose this one, as you see, and define a type of fixing hole. I'm going to go for a round one and choose 5 millimeters diameter. No rotation is needed here. I'm going to place some fixing holes randomly at the very start of this tutorial, and as you see, as I'm placing them, a green line appears. Designer gives me a kind of hint, kind of axis, where I can put my fixing holes and keep them aligned. Let's say I would like to have fixing holes which are placed at specific distances. So I'm gonna delete those ones. I can do just by clicking select and click delete, or I can show a rectangular selection. Click somewhere and press your mouse button and draw a rectangular selection. You can select them all at once, which is very handy, and click delete. That's done. So in order to have my mounting hole at specific distances, I need to set guidelines grid. Can call it that way. So I'm gonna go for guidelines. I would like to have my guidelines in the middle of the margins, so 25 millimeters away from the edge, and from the bottom edge, and from the side, minus 25 and 25 to offset a guideline to the right. Okay, so I have 4 guidelines. Now I would like to have my fixing holes 200 millimeters away from the corners. So another guideline here, zoom in, and the minus 200, I'm gonna draw a guideline on the right and horizontal guidelines. Same for this above edge and 200 to draw it at the bottom. That's it. I have my guidelines and I'm going to place my mounting holes exactly at those cross sections. So let's start. I'm going to place fixing holes manually and click to confirm the position of my fixing hole and click to select the center. And once again, this is pretty simple. When you have your guidelines, of course, in place, it's quite easy to snap the center. So let's do it again. And I have 2 more. And another one. As you see, I have placed 8 fixing holes. Now I would like to do some check and place check measurements. So let's see if this is 200. Yes, exactly 200 millimeters away. And then I would like also to measure this distance from the center of my fixing hole to the edge. Perfect, it's 25 millimeters, so the dimensions are correct. Secondly, I would like to show you another type of fixing hole, slotted hole. You might be using it quite a lot. I'm going to choose a bigger one, 5 by 50, And this is my fixing hole. As you see, it's quite a big one. As I hover over the edge or very close to the edge, it turns red. And if I go a little bit farther, it turns green. So just bear in mind that fixing hole needs to be in a specific distance from the edge, not too close. It should be at least doubled material thickness. So if I have steel 1.5, I need to keep this distance at least 3 millimeters away. So let's place this fixing hole somewhere here in alignment with previous mounting holes. I would like to rotate it to keep it also along this edge. So I'm gonna type in 90. And this is my fixing hole ready. I can just place it somewhere here. And we are done. I'm gonna go to the preview to show you my drawing. Here in the preview, you can always check if all mounting holes are in place, and that's perfectly fine. Thank you for your attention, and I invite you to the second part of this tutorial.